Hey, the last video I made on Nightreign didn't do too bad. Well, not crazy, but it definitely got traction compared to my other videos. And to be honest, it was actually pretty bad in quality. It didn't translate as well as I wanted it to, so now we're here. I have two excuses as to why this video didn't come out as fast as it could have. One that makes sense, and another not so much. Fighting and defeating every boss drew in bold marker that ranking them wouldn't be as easy as this boss is the hardest definitively. So in an attempt to make this as objective as possible, I've decided to make 3 tier lists. The first one will be on paper, as in how this boss is as a concept. The second is my opinion on how the boss stacks up against the others from my experience. And the third and final list, my subjective, objective opinion. The overall opinion I have on what the whole community believes. Anyways, now that the explanation has been explained, let's begin. I'll be going in order from topmost all the way down. Number 1, Tricephalos. First off, hats off to Nightreign for making a great boss to start off your co-op journey. A 3-headed dog that can split to fight the whole team. Sometimes. On paper, this boss would naturally feel like 3 millennias, only doing that one poke attack repeatedly. Not fun. But to everyone else, myself included, he falls off probably to the fact he's the first boss you fight. Obviously, after so many times, he's not going to be as scary as he used to be. Still, as a solo, your best choice is to run. But if you see an opening, more often than not, you'll be in the clear to do it. Just not as overwhelming as we thought it'd be. Number 2, Gaping Jaw, aka Adele. Not my favorite. Not because he's all that hard, but the fact that it's just poking at dragon toes till you get caught by the one unlucky fire that snuck up on you. Gaping Jaw barely has that problem though, but still, that stigma of dragon fighting in Elden Ring stays. What does suck about this guy is just being in a bad spot when he's about to blow up, and that only gets amped up even more with his enhanced version. Wait, yeah, so it really is just dragon fighting, except instead of creeping fire, it's a giant electric nuke every 40 seconds. Number 3, Sentient Pest, aka Noster and however you pronounce that. Oh boy, I despise fighting this boss. Not shared commonly, although that could just be the opinion of team play. I saw one single video on a hitless enhanced Sentient Pest, and that's how I learned how to cheese the boss. To this day, I have not fought the boss the regular way. You see the cheese... Oh, wait. No, actually, wait. I got a clip of me explaining this. So, basically, every 45 seconds, if you don't kill Noster or Farkis, it will like do this super powerful beam move. It'll do 3 beams, and then it will do this like kind of like motion to like praise the sky. And then as it's praising the sky, it will shoot like one last giant beam. That's when we, after like running away from it, we will like turn around and charge and just attack, and then attack it while it's standing there doing its giant beam. It will no longer be vulnerable anymore, and we'll have to start running away again. Rinse, repeat. On paper, fighting 3 enemies is annoying, and in reality, that still checks out. The only way I've had a decent experience is either you go at range with Iron Eye, or you have so much stance break with Raider, it just becomes trivial. Either you found this boss underwhelming, BS, or boring to fight, or even cheese. No matter what, you don't have a positive thing to say. Which is a shame due to it holding one of, if not the best, non-randomized FP usage relics. Number 4, Augur. Underwhelming. That's it. On paper, sounds like a stun lock waiting to happen. Water droplet nukes, tons of spawning weird jellyfish creatures that blow up, and his second phase that has these weird tentacle things popping out and slapping you. Sounds miserable, right? Well, it isn't. It's just kind of nothing. Yeah, sure, maybe your first attempt goes up, but that's the easiest learning curve by far in this game. That's all I have to really say about it. Underwhelming. Number 5. Equilibrious Beast, aka Libra. Overall, mid. Not like that's a bad thing. Overall, it actually gets pretty high on most accounts. Definitely not a boss to sleep on, and on paper, being a solo and getting stunlocked on beams can be detrimental. Especially the Frenzy Rain spell he does that covers a lot of ground if you don't learn to distance from him. And especially when you genuinely make him tweak out. But after all that, I'd be lying if I said I didn't finish him in my first attempt. Good fight though. His empowered version is just a frenzied bullet hell though, and I'll stand by that. Number 6, Darkdrift Knight, aka Augur. Augur, not that tough. Even enhanced isn't that tough. I tend to find his second phase harder than the rest of his phases because his attacks cover such wide arcs across the field. But even then, my first time fighting him was a walk in the park. I cannot begin to explain how vital it is to bring some electricity. Just anything will do. Lightning upon dodging will do. He's the only boss, to me at least, that actually feels like it's his true weakness. Number 7, Fissure in the Fog, aka Caligo. Easiest boss. On paper, the ice on the floor and being a solo making her exclusively dive bomb you would potentially do something, but no, not really. Easiest boss in Nightreign. You want to complete a run without having to worry about the last fight? Pick Caligo. Visually stunning though. Although it may have been the fact that it was so easy to fight her that I can enjoy the look of the fight and not the fight itself. But still. Number 8, Night Aspect. Now for the counter opposite of that. F*** this boss. You know how I explained that Libra and Augur was an easy one try? Yeah, well, this guy made me look like Tibia Mariners were my ops. I deleted that footage, by the way. No one will ever see that footage. My second try, I actually focused on the guy dancing around me, but it wasn't without its facepalm moments. Was he as hard as Sentient Pest for me? No. Obviously not, considering that I actually did end up killing this guy compared, but it's close. Either way, this guy was the definitive reason why I made this try list. Because a lot of people don't find him hard at all. Then again, they probably attempted him way more than me, and that's just how this cookie crumbles. This isn't Elden Ring. All you need is practice. And Nightreign, out of all FromSoft games, lets you have that practice. Anyways, that's it. I'll be most likely streaming on the date or days after the patch date, depending how long this takes me to edit this. Here's to more great fights with 1.02.